What's up, everybody? This is Work Plus Gains, and I just want to give y'all a little bit more information. This is a conversation that me and my son mom had.
He doesn't have
Listen, Damari's a motherfucking liar, and put him on this goddamn phone. Put him on this phone right now, because there's not a.
But I still want to get this stuff off though. First.
Listen, Darnell, your son's a liar. He's a liar.
I still want to get this stuff off first.
And I do want to let y'all know we both live here in Texas. I've been living here for some years.
What was the purpose of Damari not going? Is all I want to know.
Okay, so you and Damari's situation goes back years. Personally, it's not. This isn't something that just actually came up. You might think it is, but it's not. So Damari has been having issues on y'all end the first year you had him. Because there was times where
we're not talking about the first year, Darnell. No, we need to know the now. Like we're in the now.
If you want, okay, I'm trying to help you understand your son. If you don't want it, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm trying to tell you what I've been getting from him. I'm trying to give you better insight. If you don't want it, that's fine. You be in the dark. But I'm trying to tell you that your son has issues and he's been watching. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have always told Damari, before he left, always watch your environment, watch what everyone does. Because I always tell him, watch what I do. Hold on, listen to him.
So he been watching what?
Watching what everybody do. So over the years, Damari has always paid attention to environments. And so over the years, Damari has had issues with certain things that have happened, and it's been building up in him. And so years ago,
Darnell, spit it out. Spit it out.
I'm talking to you. Bro, if you keep doing this, I'm going to just end it. Because you're the one having issues with Damari, not me.
Yeah, I don't have. Your son plays both sides. That's what it is.
I'm telling you, but you still are having issues with Damari. I wouldn't have those issues if he was up here. So I'm trying to help you understand him.
Forgive me, y'all. I have a pretty bad headache, so I don't have the light too bright. I guess I was too energetic. But I'm giving y'all more inside scoop on what's going on, so y'all see I'm not lying and not capping. But I will be also letting y'all know ahead of time. There's a part where I said I kind of distanced myself from my son. And I did do it when he went back to his mom, but I did it for the reason of I needed him to see how tough life was. He needed to understand, he needed to accept his choices and live with them sometimes. And I know there's a part comes up where her boyfriend put his hands on my son, but it's not like super crazy aggressive from when he told me. It was like one of those man up ones and hit him in the chest, but it was kind of a little bit on the rougher, meaner side from how he explained it to me the best way he could. And then he never really disciplined the kids, but he was disciplining my son. And the guy never really talked to me about it, which I'm fine if someone disciplined any of my child. They're out of line. If you see my kids about to mess up, ruin their lives, hey, stop them. But, he never really talked to me, and I actually met him. But when I met him, he was posed as like the homeboy, no, not the homeboy, like her cousin. Dang, it's like a cousin or something that was going to help drive to Arizona where Damari used to live at with the aunt when I first got him back. He was going to help her drive all the way back to Arizona, and I met him, introduced him, but I didn't grill him because I thought he was just a cousin. So I'm like, okay, cool. Son couldn't articulate himself all the way, as he can now, but he still could talk pretty decently. So, I didn't find out 2 years later that he was actually the boyfriend. Yeah, Dominique, you scandalous for that.
Because I went through what Damari's going through. I used to go over. I'm telling you, I'm trying to give you game because I have my side and his side. So he has been having issues with boyfriends putting their hands and coming at him certain ways. He doesn't have issues with.
Damari's a motherfucking liar, and put him on this goddamn phone. Put him on this phone right now, because there's not a.
But I still want to get this stuff off though. First.
Listen, Darnell, your son's a liar. He's a liar.
I still want to get this stuff off first. So he didn't call me. This is years ago, and I talked to him, and I was on your side, supported. I'm not going to get you. You have to learn from this environment. Be supportive of your mom, help clean, all this. Focus on school. These are my lines, and I kept doing that, and I actually pulled away from him and stopped talking to him because he kept calling me all the time, crying, come get me, crying. That used to bother me. So I actually started cutting so hold on. So I started cutting my communication. So then, fast forward, issue come up. I guess you was as time go on, Damari was having issues where he just felt like he was getting mistreated differently from his sisters, and then also he was hearing certain things you would say about me, maybe to him or other people, and he used to hear it, and he used to just tell me certain things, and it used to bother him. He said he used to hear stuff about. Hold on, I'm just telling you, this is stuff he told me that bothered him. So also,
but I want to address points as you're speaking on the point.
Well, there's times when you talked earlier, I had to just listen, I had to remember it.
No, so I'm saying so that you understand the clarification of the manipulation that your son is doing. Okay, but go ahead.
And so, damn it, I forgot the next part. Damn it, see,
the sisters and things that people are saying about you.
Sisters, and also there's, I guess, comments about, you know, trying to put me on child support. Royce is different, this and this, like little stuff like that, and it just bothered him. So, then as time went on, he was like, "Hey, I asked my mom, can I come stay with you?" And then some of the moments was 4 to 2 years, and I was like, I just can't do it. I just can't bust that move because it's still like you gotta wait. And so, I always made sure he wasn't hateful towards you or had any issues. But then all of a sudden, when it got closer to the Dallas thing, y'all coming down here, and I talked to him about it. He was super ecstatic. We talked more. I started making plans with him. Like, I'm gonna start making beats. I'm gonna start doing certain things, and I was like, from time to time, keeping him updated. So as time went on, I guess that stuff was bothering him. The whole thing with Houston, the call, the time when I called him was like, "Hey, do you want to do that swimming pool party your mom got planned? Are you trying to come with me?" Because I'm trying to go with you. I was like, "Well, if your mom saying she wants to do that for you, I'm actually not supposed to tell you, but I'm just letting you know that's what she got planned." And I did do that behind your back. I ain't gonna lie. I told him, and I was like, "But because you're telling me what you want, I'm just giving you a heads up or whatever." And so when it didn't happen the way he wanted to, because he's like, I didn't want him to go there. I just wanted him to come down and see Grandma, you, Shamar, and Shakai. He felt some type of way.
My bad, light stuff cut out, but so that's why my method were kind of a little bit strong. And I explained this to my son, like, I needed you to get it now, young and early. That's something that I didn't get fully in certain situations in my life. I made that mistake, and I kind of continued to a certain point. It's like, I want you to figure it out young and early, because if I know that this stuff exists in the world, I realize sometimes people can get stuff explained, but we are hard-headed. I know I'm hard-headed, and I know he's going to probably follow up after me. So you're being hard-headed, you got to peep it. Sit in it. Okay, then finally I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to start talking to you old enough. Make sure you communicate yourself properly. Keep writing in your diary. Keep rapping in this on the low. Keep working on your wordplay. And so then eventually he started talking to me like, "Dad, this is what I'm trying to do." So I'm like, "Okay, this is what we're going to do, son. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Tell her you want to come see me. Tell her Friday." Sometimes he'll drag his feet. There was other time he took months. And then I got to learn more, like, why? Because of the aggression, the way she talks to me. She kind of talked to him like that now, saying all this stuff. So he was, like, intimidated. So, I'll be like, I'm not going to move until you do something. If you always move and ask her, I'm going to hit her up. I'm going to respond. I know your mom keep playing this game saying she don't got my number. She see my dad. She lived right by my dad. My auntie, like, she lived by people who got my number at all times. I might not talk to her all the time because I don't want to deal with that energy. I don't want her to know where I live at because of the way she be coming. So he's like, it got to be an emergency. My son with you, he got my number. He always know my number. He got it memorized. He's calling me. So I made it seem like we weren't talking to each other. That's wrong. Yeah, I did. So I will listen to what she said, like she's full of crap. I just talked to Damar. I just talked to him. So when I would give her advice, she wouldn't listen to it. She wouldn't take it. And I kept trying to tell her, like, you're going to regret this. You're going to regret this. So come back to bite your butt. I'm trying to tell you. You talk to him. Ask him this. I'm going to do a birthday surprise. I secretly tell him, like, this, because you're telling me on the phone you want to do this and do this. So I'm like, okay, I just talked to your mom, like, yesterday. So y'all ain't on the same page? This is crazy. All right, well, I try to say something to him. He's like, what? That's what she's doing? Okay, I'm going to say something ahead of time. He do it. He call me, call her now. I call her. He ain't said nothing to me about it. So she was playing this. So, eventually I was about to get him, and he broke his ankle. I told him, hey, just chill out. You ain't, I started showing him some videos, and since I was about to get ready to get him, he was trying to hurry up and get in better shape. I told him, watch my videos, do this. So since I was about to secretly come get him, because he was about to run away and stuff, I was like, I'm about to come get you. Just chill out, do this. He got on a wrestling team and had the weirdest, freakiest accident. When he told me how it happened, fell in a weird way, broke his ankle, broke his fibula and something else. or it might have just been one area. I can't remember right now because I wasn't there in state. So when it happened, I was like, bro, I told you too. He literally was on the team for like 2-3 days, and it just having them goofing around, not even really doing for real wrestling like they're supposed to, just be doing goofy wrestling. That's what I'm gonna call it. Got hurt. So when it happened, he was needing, I mean, I wasn't trying to move him around, come up, snatch him, his doctors. You know, I try to keep stuff respectful, cool, not too chaotic. So I'm like, I don't want her chasing us. Because right then she was still like, she was hounding, I guess, you know, for my son, showing me his own proof. He was just a babysitter for her to get more money on from being a truck driver. That's why I was really sneaking up there to get him. You know, I was going to get him. But he broke his ankle. So it was taking a while for him to get in a better situation, me to come get him moving around. And our place is tight. So, you know, I was like, you know, let me just tell him, hey, man, you should listen to me. This is another L. So maybe God talking to me and you, like, bro, y'all need to get this together. There's gonna be a lot of work to be done when he get back up there, because we literally picking up from when I last dropped him off. Like, I didn't know that for sure, but when I got him, there's things he cultivated on his own. So I don't want to see my son didn't do nothing on his own. He was doing stuff. Like, he's been doing stuff, but not to where he should be at. Like, his sister done caught up to him with certain things, you know, and it's like you were doing it first, because you were here first. But anyway, so that's what it was going on. So that's why we tried to talk him out of it. Like, like, bro, you know he's about to come get you, but you was impatient, trying to be in better shape. It wasn't gonna happen in a couple of days, and you don't even know what to do because he wasn't even watching my videos. Like, my workout channel was secret for my son to watch my videos, and once he stopped watching it, if y'all noticed, I started switching up content here and there, was doing other stuff. So. But anyway, so I wanted to share that. So I didn't like just let him go through all this stuff, you know, keep going on. But there were spurts where I told him to stay with his mom within that 2-year mark that I agreed upon. Unless if something went crazy, I was coming to get him. But he never said nothing too extreme. But some stuff were tough. But it's like, okay, you decide on how you feel about it, how you gonna treat your mom. If you hate me, cool. It's only gonna be cool since be like, you know, when I come out, I'm be stronger than my daddy, better than my daddy, everything he do. Like, you know, put a chip on your shirt if that's the case, but I need you to get this, son. So I might not have covered everything that popped up. If y'all got some questions, put it in a comment and I'll try to cover it. But yes, this is a conversation between me and her, and you'll see she didn't deny stuff. I also should have brung up the whole $1,000, the Afghanistan thing, because when she came to visit me, before I deployed, she actually did it because she thought I might die. And I remember she told me that, she's like, I thought you might die, and I thought it'll eat me at my conscience. His father died and died in Afghanistan, and he didn't get to ever see him, never got to see him, which I did see him. I saw the birth of him and everything, but I guess she was like, she would have felt bad if she didn't bring him. So that's why I saw him originally. And then that's when I set the whole thing up. My mom, like, I get BAH. They pay you more when you're overseas, combat hazards. I was just being open, just letting her know everything. Like, bruh, like, that's how I like to be. So I'm like, okay, mom, I'm going to get like an extra 1,000 some change. So she can just have the 1,000. Like, I don't even need just have the 1,000. But I just didn't know the child support was going to happen. And I couldn't even get mail where I was at first. And they, they hit me. And by the time I got, I was like 6 months in. So I want y'all to know she didn't get the full 1,600 or full deployment. She still got, I think it was like almost to the end, probably like the 10th month I stopped it. And then it was still 600 for like a few years. And then finally I was able to get a review going by child support. So they dropped it to 60 something or 70. And then it dropped to 423. And this is why he was living with me and everything. And then I paid her 423 for a while. So in total, like, I think from jump, that total I paid, even when I got behind, when I was homeless and didn't have a job and I was in arrears, she's total made about like 50-something thousand. So in this conversation, when you hear me say 20 bands, it was just that 20 bands. Cause I worked a great job at Kellogg's and I made a lot of money OT. They paid her 20 band. I made a lot of money real quick one month. You pretty much got a 20 band payment in that 1 month. It was a big amount. So that's what we're kind of talking about. And she was like bragging about it. I got a new truck. Yeah, you pay for that, baby daddy BD. You pay for that. While they was cussing me out at court, talking about I wasn't going to be able to get out child support. I'm like, bro, he been with me for 2 years going to a private school, Holy Name and everything. And I appreciate Holy Name because they did let me a few times where, I was helping out other people, giving back to church, communities like that. I was kind of short of one of my payments. They let me slide into the next week. So I was like, I appreciate that. But anyway, if I miss anything else, I'm going to try to get back to you. I love y'all. I got a headache. Sorry about the live. The live was crappy and choppy. And I also want to say is me and my family haven't done everything on our own. We have gotten support. It's just a lot of things that we should have got, we didn't get when it comes to like some of the skills, sets, speaking, confidence. We weren't really prepared for our future. I'll cover that later, but I have gotten support and love from people at times, but I'm not going to talk about, I'm just saying some stuff because I know some family members might see this and they might feel some type of way just because when I'm talking about my flaws as me and I stutter, I messed up. So, some people might be questioning like, dang, how did dad get messed up? What's his story? I don't want to, I'm not on that right now. I'm talking about my son and my beautiful family, but I'm done. I love y'all. MTR. So also, yeah, and also MTR. I really respect you. I got mad love for you, bro. Like, RIP Kevin, bruh. That's where I first started seeing you at during the pandemic, and I really appreciate what y'all did because you got a lot of black people to start having conversations. You got a lot of men and women to have conversations. A lot of white people have conversations. Mexican and Mexican have conversations. Asian and Asian have conversations. White and black and Mexican, Mexican and Asian, Mexican and white. It's just all kind of different stuff, and I really appreciate that. So mad love, and I eventually would love to do some work with you, some content. It doesn't even have to like help me monetarily, but I'm gonna have to pay you back one way or another in secret. You can tell people, but when I'm in a position to really pay you back, I do, because I'm a man of honor, and I have to do it because the Most High watching me. So I really respect you, bro. Mad love. All right, peace, y'all. I'm out.
Then all of a sudden, he called me, I think it was last summer, and he just wanted to come with me. He's like, Dad, I'm about to run away. Dad, I'm about to run away, and I'm trying to get to you. And me and my dad were talking to him, was like, you're not running away, bro. You're not about to run away. You're going to stay with your mom. We're not having that. And so we spent like the next month and some change trying to talk him out of it. And he was just like done because he didn't say everything, but he's like, my mom isn't doing right by me. Like, he wants to get better.
Oh, Darnell, do you really your dad has been around me. Your dad has been around my son without me. So you really think that your dad would allow this without telling you, or like, oh, guess what? Like, I think when it comes to Damari, like, come on now. You think I would go to war with you or anybody else behind Damari and not do right by Damari?
Well,
Damari is a motherfucking liar.
I'm 100% honest with you. Damari, and I'm gonna be honest, Damari started having a hard time when he started FaceTiming me, and the things that I had at home, the things I was having Damari do.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, I said Damari another thing that was messing with Damari is I had him start FaceTiming to talk to his little sister, and it started bothering him because he would be like, Dad, that's crazy. All the things you would make me do at your house, my sisters can do it, and they're great at it. They play piano. They know how to play piano. They know how to draw. They can do all these cool workouts. They can play basketball. They got a good shot. Damari, it's been eating at Damari. It's been eating at because he feels like, damn. No, I'm just telling you how he feels. If I would have been,
oh my God, this is.
I'm telling you what Damari was like. I want to do with the things that you were teaching me, and he ain't get it with you, so he feels some type of way going from my household to your household, the different households. So
you're telling me when he was in wrestling and broke his fucking ankle and didn't want to play football, but he wanted to go to wrestling. You're telling me the things that I went out and spent $200 on an art set because that was what I don't know how to fucking draw, because that's what he wanted. You're telling me I know you're not easily influenced,
but I'm more built to get Damari the things he wants, and he realized that because I've done it with multiple kids. All the things, because Damari was So are you downplaying my parenting? I'm just saying that you're not able to give the things that Damari eyes. I can, and that's
I'm not able to get what? Please be specific.
The things that I can do, Damari wants in him. The skill, the hours and thousands of hours I put in, he wants those skills, and he can't get it over there.
Your son is not a robot. He's not a robot.
I never say anything about robots. Skills aren't robotic.
Yeah,
Skills are
yeah,
skills.
Your son,
Skills
this is how manipulating he is. He doesn't talk about basketball, football, none of that. He doesn't talk about none of that. With me, he talks about architects, buildings, this, that, and other. So that's what I focus on. But then when he talks to you, it's this, that, and other.
I bring that out. I'm gonna say this. He don't talk. I talk. I bring because I'm trying how I'm built. I bring those out of him. I don't wait for him. I bring that out of him. I always find out.
You bring that. Your son is not you.
But no,
you gotta allow him to be his own character. You don't like that your fucking mom controlled you, everything that can influence your mind, all of that. So why would you?
I never. This is what I did with DeMar. I used to sit him down and ask him what he wanted to be, and then we narrowed it. That's all. I'm skilled at this, Tommy. I didn't brainwash him. I didn't force him. So
you don't think I did the same? And your outcome is always going to be different than my outcome. You're a dad. I'm a mom. It's always going to be different. But back to the factual of let me address some things that you said pertaining to Damari. You know how aggressive I am. You think I'm going to allow a man to beat on me? You already know me.
I do believe it's possible. You told me Jerry did unless you were lying.
You said what?
You told me, bro.
I told you Jerry did what? And did I stay with Jerry? Did I stay with Jerry or immediately get out of it?
You didn't immediately get out of it.
Yes, I did.
No, you were with him. You were with him, and even when you were in Texas, you were still talking to him. And when you flew back, you were.
Jerry didn't start none of that until way after Damari was born. What are you talking about? And I listen. I almost damn near killed me and Jerry, if you want to be technical. Walked away, and he went to work one day, and I packed up my shit, and I walked the fuck away. And
dude,
then
I got you Damari from Jerry's house. Byron and Aaron were there.
Listen,
I came and picked up Damari from Jerry's house, and you said it was your cousin's house. So you didn't.
But he wasn't beating on me then. What are you talking about? He wasn't beating on me then. What are you talking about? Listen. I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie about.
Are you asking? Okay, I don't even have to help you with anything, girl. What you talking about? You lost your son, not me.
You said what?
You lost the connection with your son. I
didn't. How did I lose a connection with my son? My son tells me he loves me every day. He calls me and checks up on me. All of that. I didn't lose the connection.
You don't think so, Tommy. Then think that. Then you're fine. You got him. You said you're talking about. Listen how this conversation went from about me keeping Damari away from you allegedly to all of this other stuff that your son's talking about. So you think that if you keep talking this way, I'm getting on the phone because I don't need this. I don't need you for nothing. What are you talking about?
You think that Damari, me being an adult and me having conversations with you, you think that I would discuss some child support with Damari?
I never said that. I'm telling you.
You just said that.
No. I said he must either. You said it. No, listen. I said either you said it to him or he ear hustled. That's the two things I said because I never truly asked. I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he told me some stuff that only he can get only from you because I wouldn't have told him on my side. There was things that the way he said the line that he said and stuff that I heard you say towards me when you were taunting me. So when he said it word for word, I'm like he had to hear it for sure, and it was never on my side. So maybe
it was something that then you had already discussed that he's probably holding on to. I don't have Royce on child support. I don't have you on child support.
He told me.
But the factual is I don't have you on child support and I don't have Royce on child support. I don't ask Royce for nothing and I don't ask you for nothing.
Yeah, because you got a lot from me already anyway. Royce never did anything, and so that bothered Damari. To this day, Royce is buying shoes, buying coats, buying all of that. Bro, you got over $20,000 from me in child support.
$20,000 of child support that you
have.
Were you actively taking care of your son? And were you listening to your mom?
Girl, come on.
Were you listening to your mom?
Child support.
Were you listening to your mom? So Darnell, were you actively? Can I come to you and be like, oh, Damari needs diapers. Damari needs this. Were you doing that?
I was giving you child support while he was living with me and paying for school. What are you talking about? I sent him to
you were paying for school for who?
You were still getting $423 a month while I was sending him to Holy Name private school paying for it. You was getting $423 a month. He wasn't even with you, and you had no problem collecting that, and you weren't even providing for him.
What are you talking about? Only time I was getting child support was when you owed back child support. Other than that, how can I?
Bro, I still got my pay stubs to this day. I keep my shit.
But you're not understanding the reason why the 20 bands was paid out is because you was in the rears and not paying child support.
Okay, so listen to your situation. You came up where you had a kid. You took me through hell figuring out shit with you. You ended up getting $600, about $600 from child support when I was in Afghanistan. Then on top of that, you're able to get food stamps, housing. You're able to get set up with life. And then on top of that, I come back. My son really ain't even with you. You're playing games trying to go get him from Arizona, hurt him, bring him back up here and play these mind games. I gotta have fucking sex with you. I gotta have sex with you when I was over at your house looking at Roy's kids. You want to have sex with me, and I've been waiting to see my son, and now see you were playing games, so I pulled out.
I know you're hurt. That's what it is. You're hurt
because you've been hurting my son because of it. That's why I'm talking to you.
How have I been hurting your son?
Let's put
the icing on the cake, Darnell. You have not been a dad, haven't attempted to be a dad. None of that. Let's put the icing on the cake. Like we're not going to sugarcoat.
Damari was below average living with you when I got him. That's why you didn't see him.
How is he at honors? How is he at honors? How is he skipped back up to his grade? How is he skipped back up to his grade? How is he at honors?
How he got an F with you? How
you said what?
Does he not know how to play basketball yet?
You said Damari never liked the basketball. He only liked it.
You don't know him.
Listen, I can show you text messages. He has said out his fucking mouth he only likes it because it's something that you like, and he thinks that's the way that y'all can bond. I can screenshot and send you the text messages right now. Because I asked him, why didn't you never play basketball for me? You know, you can start it when you was little. That was his response. So
he told me he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play basketball. He wanted to play football. I knew that. But then all of a sudden, he called me out the blue and was like, "Dad, I'll play basketball. And I like it. I want to play it. Can you teach me?"
Listen,
that's literally what he did with me.
So you're gonna tell me I'm paying $600 for a league for him to play football in, and that if he didn't want to play football, we're not gonna pay the same $600 for him to play basketball. Damari never picked up a basketball until just recently.
No, he picked it up when he was with me, so that's how you don't know. He actually picked it up with me.
Would you like me to send you the screenshot?
I didn't force it on him though when he was with me.
Would you like me to send you the screenshot?
Would you like for him to tell you out of his mouth right now that he does? Okay, what do you want to do with that? I'll have him tell you.
No, I'm saying you're doing the same thing that you do. You're doing the same thing that he does.
Okay,
like
and that's why. And guess what? I guess that's probably why you don't understand him, because you're not.
You're sitting here. You turned this into a bashing session, not getting down to what is the outcome.
I'm trying to give you some game, and you want to try to act like it didn't happen. Boy, you have never really truly loved him. I'm always worried because you dropped him when he was in the back of my Jetta. You remember that?
What?
Remember when you dropped him in the back of my fucking Jetta and got the fuck out the car? And just walked across the interstate when you got busted. Ever since then, I knew you was gonna have some type of hatred towards him, and it shows.
Ever since then, you said what?
Ever since then, I felt like you was gonna have some type of hatred towards him because of me. Because
why would Darnell? You was the love of my of all of my BDs. You was the love of my life. I don't hate you. I don't have no type of even to this day. Damari can't say that I talk ill about you. Damari can't say that.
He tells me that. He does tell me that, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. He tells me that.
Okay, so put him on the phone.
I don't always want to talk about it, but he does tell me you have talked
about it. Put him
on
the phone. Even to this day, don't talk ill about you. If anybody gets talked ill about, it's motherfucking Royce.
Well, he just said you just talked ill about me like last week or whatever.
What are you talking about? Okay, so this is what I said. He said, as I told him, I said, Riley go through therapy. Like, her therapy brings what she tells the therapist brings to me, and then I ask Damari and confirm it. Like, did you do this to her? Because this is what the therapist said. And then Damari said, well, she be talking about my dad. And I said, do you be talking about her dad? And I said, yeah. He said, yeah. And I said, well, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, at the end of the day, like, y'all both feel how y'all feel about each other, dad. I don't care. Like, you can't sit here and tell me, oh, she be talking about my dad, but you be talking about her dad. It's the same thing. And then the difference about it is, Damari, you're older. The other difference about it is, you know that your sister has been diagnosed with something to where her shit is not controllable. You know that. So you know, like, it's not personal to her. I mean, it's not intentional. It's not something malicious, but you're going out your way to maliciously feed into it. That's how the conversation went. Not, oh, fuck your dad. I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker, that light-skinned, dread-headed ass. Da-da-da. I don't have no ill feels to you. We was on good terms.
What it was, but he said my mom was talking shit about you that made me feel some type of way.
That's the conversation right here on my dead sister. That's the conversation. And if he felt some type of way about that, I don't feel like that was a bash at me saying a bash at you. It was just like, okay, the argument is argument. Like it's a pointless argument. Like y'all feel each other way about however y'all want to feel about each other, dad. You probably feel some way about Johnny Ray, Alex. They probably feel some way about your dad. Like, but sitting up here bashing you, Damari can not in my face and in your face say that takes place.
He also said when y'all went to, as soon as y'all got to Arizona, you was talking to your.
You said what?
He said as soon as y'all got to Arizona, you were laughing and was like, no, he can't go with his daddy, and was talking about when he asked you to go with me. And that stuff bothered him. He was like, he heard it.
It bothered him because my sister was right there when he asked about it. And I'm like, no, you can't go. I already paid for the ticket. Like, you had the opportunity. Because guess what? We got to Arizona, and he seen that his cousin Ramil was no longer there. Like, tell him, if he gonna tell the story, please tell the full story. Not the story to make him look like the hero, to make him look good, to make it seem like my mom is after me. Da-da-da. No, so you can't go with your.
You telling me you didn't play him to the side and ignore him, and then not wait until Arizona to be like, no, you can't go and laugh.
No, I did not. Listen, I told him before, when I told him that we were going to Arizona and California, and I said, this is because we was originally supposed to go at the beginning of May. But I said, no, you know what? We're going to wait till school out. So I was like, we're going to Arizona and California. And I remember distinctively your talk about Damari coming for the summer. So it wasn't even Damari's idea. It was my idea. That's why I said, do you want to go, because he had asked me, like, for a birthday present, could this be his birthday present? Way before he had asked me, like, to go to Arizona with his cousins, whatever, because they all be on the game every day, so they talk to each other every day. So I asked our son specifically, because I was going to pay for it. I said, do you want to go to Arizona? I know you asked to stay for the summer. Do you want to go there, or do you want to go to San Antonio? Like, do you want to go to Texas with your dad? And then he was like, I want to go to Arizona with Mills out there, Alan's out there. I ain't seen Alan in a long time. This is the same cousin that he was like, oh, I don't want to leave my cousins. This is the same one that he grew up around. And so then, boom, trip came, everything. After Arizona, we went to California. Damari didn't even go to California. He wanted to stay in Arizona. And I told him, like, I'm not coming back this way from California. I'm going back a different way, whatever. And then that was when Ramil was leaving because not Ramil, Alan was leaving because he had to go get on a cruise. So Damari didn't know that Alan wasn't going to be there for the rest of the summer. He didn't know that. So when he found out that day that we was leaving to California, and he found out that Alan was leaving the next day back to Florida because he had to go get on a cruise with his grandma, then that's when Damari was like, I want to go, can I come with y'all? I want to go to Texas with my dad. And I'm like, no, you can't go with your dad. I already paid for the shit. Like, that's why I specifically said, that's why I asked you before I paid for it. I asked you multiple times. Because the only reason why I brought it up is because me and you had a discussion when the summer came that he was going to come to the summer with you. So I said, oh, cool, that'll be an awesome-ass birthday present, da-da-da-da, throw that in there, kill two birds with one stone, right? And Damari, again, chose the decision that he chose, and again, it's backfiring on me. Because if I would have, oh, yeah, just lost out on the money and rebooked the money and rebooked this, da-da-da-da, I'd already spent $7,000 because it's not like we were staying with family. We were staying in a hotel. We were staying, huh?
Well, let me ask you this. So let me ask you. So with all these little moments, you don't think that you would rather deal with the other hand of it, where I'd rather just know what you're gonna go see your dad, and I'd rather you call me and be like, I don't want to be here. I would have rather dealt with my cousin, because I feel like you just like, no, you're gonna see your dad, sticking with that is a better outcome in the long run than you doing the cousin, because the dad part is longer. Like he's a kid can feel some salty about a parent longer than a cousin, not seeing a cousin. I think the dad has more weight. And so that's why I said in those situations I wouldn't be doing that. You're going to your mom. Like, that's just straight up. That's how I'm doing.
Listen,
no matter what you ask me, honestly, that's what I'm doing.
Honestly, I felt like in the moment, I felt like if me and you like had communication still then, yes, that would have been the decision that I made, like, da-da-da-da. But you know how hard it is for me to get in fucking contact with you. But don't act like you. Over
the years, period. Huh? I'm just saying, over the years, period. I'm saying as a man, on the man's side, that's how I'm doing it regardless. I don't care if I don't care. As soon as the first day I ever talk to you again, I would immediately wouldn't let you off the phone and be like, your son need to come see you. I need to set it up where you at. I can bring him to you. Whatever the case is. I
don't have an address. If I had an address, yes. I definitely could have popped up on multiple occasions.
I'm just telling you, I'm just saying that's how I would have done it. No matter what, I would have immediately asked you, talked to you, and was like, hey, I would have never, like, that's why I told Damari, hey, if you're trying to come see me, because I always tell him, hey, I've started talking to your mom about you coming to see me, but you supposed to be coming here. So if you want to still come see me, you need to bring it up to your mom. But for the most part, I want you to really be there to help your mom. But if you really want to see me, then you need to bring that up to her, and that needs to come from you. I'm not going to push you. I don't ever push you to do anything. I'm not going to push you ever to be here with me or to be with your mom. That's not what I'm going to do. But you're going to be with one or the other. You're not going to just be able to truly live with somebody else unless you go to the course. Other than that, you're going to have to be on one or the other. So that's just how go ahead.
What about did Darnell, not Darnell, I don't know why I keep calling him that. I do it all the time. What about did Damari ever tell you when I was going to surprise him and I said, because I knew we was going to Texas, I ain't heard from you. And I said, hey, ask your dad for his address so you can send him your full pictures, whatever. Did he ever ask you for it?
No, I don't ever remember Damari ever asked me for my address.
Yes.
No,
and it was a whole surprise trip that was boom. Like, it was something that I was going to do to make his day and all of this. Like, he never asked you, like, yeah, ask your dad so I can send him some of your, I asked him probably for like a week and a half. Did you ever ask him? No, I will. I forgot. I will. That's how it always is. But it's not like Damari's making it seem like more than what it is. Like, he ain't never like chastised me, mom, da-da-da. The times that he asked me were times where either money was spent already and where he was at wasn't what he planned it out to be, and which he could have been the other route originally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm just still looking at it. Why, after so much, why wouldn't it just be like, hey, Darnell, he needs to come with you. Like, just be like that. Because I'm saying, I'm literally saying, because of that whole Dallas move, that changed my whole aspect. Because I literally even said it to you, I believe. I swear, I know I said it to Mark, and I'm pretty sure I said it to you. I'm down with him staying with you to help you move and to be supportive. And so I'm just looking at, like, that's how a kid gonna look at it. That's how a kid gonna look at it. Because I was a boy, and that's how I looked at it with my mom.